time is now for a response from this young Nebraska team. No seniors, down 2-0. They had only lost one set in the tournament coming into this national championship match today. That was to Arkansas in the round of 8. We're joined now by Nebraska head coach John Cook. Coach Cook, what'd you tell your team in between during the break?
We got to start passing the ball. Is there anything else to tell them? I mean, we're playing hard. They're just, Texas doing it. We got a couple great servers. I saw them do this in Wisconsin, and we just aren't handling it very well. We got to make sure if we miss one, we got to just get on to the next one. And I think it's, that's how it compounds like that. So hopefully we'll make some adjustments here and not let them get on runs.
Thanks, Coach. We appreciate your time.
Right, okay.
We were talking in the break. How do you get Lexi Rodriguez involved more? She's a fantastic, the 2-time Defensive Player of the Year in the Big Ten.
I think that's key. I think Nebraska, if their passing is breaking down like we have seen, they need to have her pass more of the court.
She's also a calming presence for her younger teammates, right? So she's able to get involved just a little bit more, maybe take a couple more balls from some of her teammates, like a Harper Murray. I think that alleviates some of the pressure from them as serve receivers, and they can focus on other things like attacking.
You look at the two outsides for Nebraska, Allie Batenhorst and Merritt Beeson, swing from the right side. Batenhorst negative from the left side. Merritt Beeson, the team captain, hitting 0 in the match.
It's incredible, but when a team's out of system, it's hard to score against a strong defensive team.
A must-win set for Nebraska, or Texas takes home the title. Maddie Skinner, power tip.
She's just so high in the air. She elevates and jumps so well that she's able to go over top of the block and throw down into the donut, that center area where defenders are not.
And that was one of the plans from Texas. They want to attack that middle.
There's Lexi Rodriguez stepping in to pass. Skinner rolls over the block, and it drops. Maddie Skinner with 12 kills.
She's got the Midas touch, right? A finesse shot. We've seen her dig to open court. I mean, incredible choice to change it up. And Becca Alec able to touch that defensively, but not play it up for Nebraska.
Becca Alec in the middle. Skinner off hands. Maddie Skinner wants a 3rd national championship.
Well, Texas can feel it. They've got momentum. They are doing things the right way in good spots defensively. But transition offense was the key for Texas when we talked to them yesterday, and you see it paying off now.
Harper Murray, it was touched. Point Nebraska.
Nice job by Lexi Rodriguez stepping in there on that second contact and putting Harper Murray in a good position to be able to take a full swing on the outside.
Out of system swing for Texas. It goes to Skinner, and she turns it wide.
Nebraska picking things up from the service line. Maddie Skinner took a good swing, just missing that one wide.
John Cook has talked about unbothered with this team. It was a conversation they started in August. You have to move on. They have t-shirts that they wear at practice. This is the time they need it. It's hard to be unbothered when you're facing Maddie Skinner.
Yeah, you know where the ball's going to go too, right? Everybody knows in the gym they're trying to get the ball to Maddie Skinner when they can, and she's still able to go high hands, cross court, and place this ball deep in the court.
hand, saved by Barnes. Asia O'Neal. There it is. Becca Alec and Mara Beeson.
Good defensive stop by Nebraska. This is a transition ball from off the net. Maddie Skinner tries to turn it down the line. Merritt Beeson all over that for Nebraska.
It's the 5th block for Nebraska. This is a team that had double-figure blocks in each of its last 2 matches. Texas has worked around that block. That's the best this line has looked all day.
Asia O'Neal, we call her the slide queen, and there was a good connection there. The set before Swindle's slide to Asia O'Neal came off the net, and she was not able to get on top of it.
Maddie Skinner behind the service line had a career-high 6 aces in the semifinals. And on another for Maddie! That is 11 aces for Texas today.
And if you're Nebraska, you want to side out as quickly as possible against their best servers. Maddie Skinner obviously is one of them. Don't give them unnecessary confidence here. Side out, put this ball on top of Bergen Riley's head if you can.
Skinner has 15 aces in the tournament, 2 today. Van Horst. It's long, no touch.
But Bergen Riley has to bump set that ball. Nebraska, out of system, out of system. That's the theme right now, and you have to look at the Texas serve, the pressure that it's put on this Nebraska team.
Out of system, meaning Nebraska doesn't have all 3 options. Bergen Riley's choices are limited on who she can set. Tight to the net, goes to her middle with Andy Jackson.
Here you see a great pass in system, so Riley can set whoever she pleases. She runs Andy Jackson on a quick 1-tempo set. She's able to go cross court for the kill.
If you can get the pass, you can go to your middles who are naturally going to hit for a higher percentage. Linus is blocked by Bergen Riley.
Really nice job there by Nebraska. Much of what we've seen, Lady Choboy absolutely loves it on the sidelines, of forcing Texas out of system, so you know that ball is going to go to the outside pin. You can set up a great block.
Look for Maddie Skinner out of the back row right now. This is a rotation for Texas, center front row.
Service error. So here steps back Asia O'Neal. She led them on an 11-0 run in the second set, had 4 aces in a row.
There used to be a time where middle blockers weren't the greatest servers. I mean, what she did was remarkable, and then she plays great defense as well and left back.
And the service error.
If you're Nebraska, you absolutely love that.
Yes, sigh of relief.
I definitely think there's a trend that middle blockers are taking pride in their serve. We're seeing it across the country, high-level middle blockers from the service line.
Skinner, back row. Lexi Rodriguez hustling. Harper Murray diving into the table. Nebraska keeps going. Bella Bernhardt puts it down, but the absolute fearless guts from Harper Murray.
What pursuit from Nebraska. Way to stick in there, Lexi Rodriguez. Unfortunately, they just can't seal the net here when Bella Bernhardt is able to attack this over, but just great defensive hustle from the Cornhuskers. And sometimes pursuit plays like that, even though they didn't get the point, can be a momentum shift.
And it's the effort, right? You instill that effort, that energy to your teammates, and Harper Murray getting things done. 27 in white.
Harper Murray, the #1 overall recruit in this class. She was the Gatorade National Player of the Year. Her older sister, Kendall, plays at Michigan, also wears 27 in honor of their late father. Winnes off hands.
We have not talked enough about Jenna Winnes. We talked about her earlier being the X factor. She's had a solid match. 8 kills on 23 swings, hitting .261.
She's doing a nice job finding high hands. Out of system set from Halter. She's able to tool the block outside the court of play.
She did have her career high against Nebraska back when she was playing in Minnesota in 2021. Oh, Maddie Skinner! Give her 15. "15 kills for Skinner, the rest of Texas 13. Murray offhand, saved by Barnes. Rodriguez puts it up in the air. Bernhardt, just enough hesitation.
How about the defense? Carissa Barnes sticks out her left arm and pops right up to Swindle. A little bit of mistiming, but hang time pays off for Bella Bergmark in the middle.
4-1 run for Texas. That hits the lines judge, so it's out. Again, a win for Texas. They win a national championship. Nebraska has to win this set in order to extend the match. Both of these teams with multiple NCAA titles. Nebraska has 5. Last one coming in 2017. Texas, the defending champ. And Maddie Skinner wants another.
It feels like she jumps higher as the match goes on. She's able to go over top of the block in front of her. Corner to corner, deep in the court between 2 great defenders. Just great placement.
Maddie Skinner told us when she transferred from Kentucky to Texas, she was trying to find her love for volleyball again. She has found it in the burnt orange. That time the block gets the best of Skinner.
Harper Murray turns that ball back. She's the right side blocker on that rotation defensively.
Phillips. Oh, what a cut shot!
Molly Phillips is so precise with her attack. Her attacking percentage has gone up all season long. But watch her hand contact on this ball. She trained some beach volleyball last summer, and it pays off with the cut shot from the right side.
Beeson twirling Asia O'Neal and Maddie Skinner.
And that's somebody, if you're Bergenrode, that you want to get going. You want Merritt Beeson to get hot on that right side pin. Great job using the block to her advantage there to tool.
And Merritt Beeson is the vocal leader of this young Nebraska team. She and Lexi Rodriguez co-lead together.
She only has 3 kills in this match, hitting under 100. Bainhorst. Stopped by Asia O'Neal. Texas the first to 15. A win in this set, and Texas wins the national championship. We'll be back after these messages and a word from your local ABC stations.
Live sports.
Students of any age, from anywhere. Students in a new kind of classroom. Using our technology to power different ways of learning. Harnessing AI to plant new beginnings. So when minds grow, opportunities follow. sure feels good when you get it right. And with Philips Sonicare technology, it's easy to always get brushing right. Philips.
I always wanted one of these. I'm Seneca, and this is my gift for the person who never asked for anything. My uncle, very big Jim Brown fan, but he's also a mechanic. I've had situations where my tire's flat. He says, hey, what time you get off? Well, I'll have it done before you leave. He shows you what true love is. As much as he's helped me, it's like a gift I'm able to give to him from our family as a whole. And just a way to say thank you.
Gee whiz, this is beautiful.
I'm Seneca, and I found the perfect gift at Lids.
So in the break, we learned that Asia O'Neal got a yellow card for basically taunting through the net.
Yeah, and I love that intensity from Asia O'Neal.
I'm not shocked that you're saying that.
But the rule is you're not allowed to cheer through the net. You have to turn pretty immediately and cheer and celebrate with your teammates.
That in men's sports?
They don't, and I love it. And you know what? She loves doing that because it takes her to another level. She's so competitive. Talk about a match within the match. I was so excited to watch Asia O'Neal and Becca Alec go head-to-head across the net because they are the same competitive spirit.
We were told she was verbally warned earlier in the match, so now she has the yellow card warning. Our national championship here in Tampa, Florida. Texas won the title last year, trying to repeat. And Ella Swindle, the freshman setter with the throwdown.
Tough serve, out of system play, pops right over the net, and Swindle able to score with open net.
We saw Texas's confidence soar in set 2. They went on an 11-0 run. They totally dominated Nebraska, who hit negative in that set, and they have not taken their foot off the gas. Beeson is blocked.
Jenna Wennis is a high-level blocker on that left side. Even though she was working through some offensive troubles early in the season, this is one of her best skills. You see her up, over, closing that seam.
Jarrett Elliott cannot say enough good things about Jenna Wennis. She has put in the work every day, extra reps in the gym. Her teammates have seen that work, and it's showing up in the tournament.
Swindle's in the front row for Texas as a setter, and she's just done a really nice job making heads-up plays. I like that Bergen Riley goes back to Merritt Beeson, but all you got to do is just kind of punch this ball deep in the court over top of the defender's head.
But I feel like balls are popping right in the direction of Texas in good locations, and they're able to execute.
It's a 10-4 run for the Longhorns. They'll get a free ball back. In comes the slide queen!
The service pressure from Texas is ridiculous, and it allows Texas to stay in system and run Asia O'Neal on that great slide. She's so dynamic off of one foot. I gotta tell you, we've seen great serving teams make it to this level. I've never seen somebody pick apart an offense quite like this. I mean, we saw it on Thursday night against Wisconsin, but to be able to do it against two unbelievably talented teams is impressive.
With a ton of weapons, right? They've just been able to take those weapons away from Nebraska.
Remember, this is a team that started 5-3, and Jarrett Elliott has talked about it. The growth exponential all season for Texas.
We started off 5-3, and our kids came and showed up every single day and worked hard, and they were really loyal to one another. Throughout the season, we were put in a lot of situations where we were down and out, and they fought back and won. And so they've gotten this kind of toughness with them, and they found ways to win. That's what I love about this group, is they're playing for one another, and they're having a lot of fun doing it.
He's told us yesterday he's seeing a difference in the conversations his players are having amongst themselves, the confidence, how they talk to each other, how they handle themselves. Huge growth in that area.
It's wild to think that this team was an underdog coming into the NCAA tournament. I mean, when you started the season 5-3, if you'd asked me that they'd make it back to a national championship final, I would say, I don't know. They certainly have the weapons. but they have gotten better with every single month that they have played. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish, and you got to be able to peak at the right time. And this team, we've seen it.
How much does that have to do with Maddie Skinner's confidence growing too?
Well, I think as she's grown, this team has grown with her. That's evident.
Skinner with 15 kills to lead Texas. She's behind the service line. They're on a 5-0 run. And Allie Batenhorst, the kill Nebraska needed.
That's only her second kill on 13 swings, still hitting negative for Nebraska. Watch Maddie Skinner out of the back row, most likely a Bick out of the middle, or Asia O'Neal in the slide.
Merritt Beeson has a really nice serve. If she can get something going, a little bit of a run here for Nebraska, you start to steal back some momentum.
Swindle on the slide. Still up. O'Neal thought it was down. Swindle's gonna dump it.
Excellent defensive play by Bergen Riley to keep it alive, and then Texas, perfect location on their first contact, and Ella Swindle calls her own number, throws it down.
Texas is hitting 400 in this set. Nebraska 062. There's some blood on the court. They're taking a look at Merritt Beeson's leg. Let's take a look at the current Capital One Cup standings. On the men's side, Cal. On the women's side, Florida State. You can log on to CapitalOne.com/Capital-One-Cup for more information. Wiping up some blood on the Nebraska side of the net.
Don't think they know whose blood it is. They're all checking their legs to see if they're the ones bleeding.
And Merritt Beeson has run over to the trainer and is looking in the training bag for a Band-Aid.
We have this happen in the semifinal as well. It was Merritt Beeson's knee. Oh, now it's elbow or forearm. If you're Nebraska, obviously giving you a little extra time to regroup. Texas might be slowing down their momentum.
Texas is 5 points away from a national championship. Nebraska's got some work to do. You can't get it all back on one swing. Nebraska's opponent hit percentage in this tournament was 0.98 coming in. Texas is hitting 239 right now. Beeson blocked. Look at Winnis go.
Winnis is having a great match, not just offensively, but defensively as well. And I truly believe confidence is contagious. And when you've got pin hitters that are blocking like this, taking some of that pressure off of the middle blockers as well, it's a huge help defensively at the net.
Nebraska will use its final timeout in this set. They are down 10 in a must-win set. Texas 4 points away from a national title. We knew Jenna Winnis could be an X factor. She has been up and down all season, but you know what? Here in Tampa, she's been up.
And she kept showing up, right? Taking big swings. Her hitter coverage has given her the confidence to just go up and attack. Earlier in the season, she was tipping a lot because she wasn't feeling that confident. But we also have to give a ton of credit to this Texas coaching staff for continuing to push this team, keep them on track, even though they didn't have the start that they wanted. Eric Sullivan, David Hunt, and obviously Jarrett Elliott, the head coach.
Jenna Winnis, 8 kills, hitting 261. Also 4 blocks to go along with those kills. Well, Wednesday night, there is a men's basketball tripleheader over on ESPN. First at 7 p.m. Eastern, Baylor heads to Cameron Indoor Stadium to take on Duke. Then at 9, North Carolina taking on Oklahoma. 11 p.m., the Alabama Crimson Tide will be in Tucson to play the Arizona Wildcats. That's Wednesday on ESPN, and of course, streaming on the app.
We talked about Nebraska's excellence on the defensive side. Right now, Texas is holding Nebraska to .013
for the match.
For the match.
It's a Nebraska team that hits .278 on the season. Asia O'Neal serving. Batenhorst. Swindle to Maddie Skinner! 16 kills for Maddie Skinner.
If you're Texas, you know she's on your side of the net. We talked about her out of the back row. She is just unstoppable today.
Taking over as the leader of this team. So close to back-to-back titles. Saved by Asia O'Neal with one arm!
Sometimes there are days where everything you touch turns to gold, and it feels like one of those days for Texas. Asia O'Neal making plays defensively for this team, just keeping it alive, and Wynn is throwing the ball over deep to the corner.
A 14-4 run right now for Texas. Championship point.
Let's be very clear. Nebraska, for the entirety of the season, has been the best team in college volleyball. To see what Texas has done to the #1 overall seed is nothing short of dominant.
For the championship. Just like last year, back-to-back on an ace for Texas. Your national champions, the Texas Longhorns. How fitting, your 6th-year player, Asia O'Neal, an ace on national championship point.
Unbelievable. I felt like everything Texas did went the right way. It popped up and they made plays, and Nebraska fought hard, but it was just Texas Day.
And you hate to see, obviously, the tears from this Nebraska team, but you will see every single face return next season, and Nebraska will be better from this experience when we see them return next season.
Texas ends on a 6-0 run, a championship record, 12 aces. Asia O'Neal, with a huge portion of that, a career-high 5, including 1 to seal it.
You didn't think that they could come back and serve the way that they did Thursday night against Wisconsin. It was too good, and they did. But to be able to serve this strong in back-to-back matches on this stage against 2 incredible teams from the Big Ten was stunning, quite frankly, Holly.
I completely agree. They just took over. I mean, the confidence after being down that set point against Tennessee, they've completely responded, and they have not looked back.
I want to take you back to their opener. The defending national champions, the beginning of the year, they lost their very first match of the season
to Long Beach State.
They started 5-3. How did they turn things around and win a national championship again?
We have to credit the coaching staff and the athletes for keeping their mind on the goal. They want to peak at the end. It doesn't matter what you do during the middle of the season. It really doesn't. And they kept building, kept focusing on the small things. And it really paid off in the end. They played their best volleyball from this weekend. Was fantastic for them.
The confidence, I mean, we saw it in the gym when they arrived here earlier in the week on Wednesday for practices. It's never wavered here in Tampa for Texas.
What a great way for Asia O'Neal to finish her collegiate career. And then you're looking at Maddie Skinner. a star, the face of college volleyball moving forward. She is a 3-time national champion, and look at Jermaine O'Neal sharing a special moment with her daughter. I can't imagine the pride you feel in watching your child accomplish something like this.
Twice.
Yeah.
Back-to-back national titles for Jarrett Elliott and Texas. They are the first team to go back-to-back since Stanford did it in 2018-2019. It is not an easy thing to do. They did it with a true freshman setter. Ella Swindle has worked so hard to set this team to a championship.
She had to change her setting style. Get rid of the jump set, stay on the ground. Hitters had to be patient, find their rhythm. And then obviously they were dialed in from the service line and defensively. And it's just amazing to see how they dismantled Wisconsin and Nebraska.
Ella Swindle